All right, so back again, another ARCREVO video, another sad news here, but I want to talk about ARCREVO. So ARCREVO, I made a couple of videos on it in the past. It got announced earlier this year. People were really, I wouldn't say really, people were pretty excited. People were pretty excited because, unfortunately this year, because of Corona and everything that happened, is all of our offline events were canceled, right? So a lot of the developers decided, let's run it online instead. So Dragon Ball is going to have their World Tour. Not World Tour. Dragon Ball's doing an exhibition series. Street Fighter is actually doing the Street Fighter League offline, but they have the online CPT as well. Technically some online stuff too. So ARCSys, for their anime games, they decided we're going to have ARCREVO. And the big finale of ARCREVO was that the winners of the Japan one and the winners of the American one were going to meet in December in California, of course, because everything happens in California, to have the World Finals. Until this happened. Ba-bum. So they just announced this here. So due to the ongoing situation with COVID-19 and the concerns raised by the community, the heavy heart that we announced, the ARCREVO Online America 2007 or 2020 final event is canceled. Bum-bum. Some sad news. It's kind of weird though, because right now Street Fighter is doing offline events, right? Capcom is holding the Street Fighter League offline in California, but the anime community seemed very upset. They didn't want to have the offline, so I guess ARCSys listened. It's now canceled. The grand finals, the offline event, is canceled. Tragic. But that still means the online events are happening. So each region is still going to have the online event. So everyone is happy, right? At least we have online events, right? No. I want to talk about some of the problems that are happening here. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's kind of sad. Each region is different, I believe. I believe each region is kind of handled by a different team. But in Japan, I'm going to tell you what happened in Japan. So the Japan online tournaments are handled by ARCSys themselves, right? They've had tournaments in the past. They've done a lot of big events, and usually it's pretty successful. But for some reason, for this year, they decided they wanted to cap the entrance online and make it single limb. So you think like, well, you know, capping entrance is not a big deal, right? Well, look some of the stuff that happened. Ready? So here, if you don't know who this is Kami. It's my buddy Kami right here. This is the best BB tag player in Japan. He was the highest placing Japanese player. He got second place at EVO, and then at the ARCREVO finals last year, again, he was the highest placing Japanese player. He got second place there. He won the Japanese like esports TV league. He won all sorts of tournaments out here. He is the best player. He is the best player. He could not enter ARCREVO because he did not win the lottery. So earlier I mentioned how the tournament had capped entrance. They capped it at 128. There's way more than 128 people that wanted to play this game. So the way they did it is a lottery system. A lottery system with no seeding, no preferential treatment. So that's insane. You feel like someone at the headquarters would have been like, this is our, he earned it at least. He got second place last year. They're just like, no one got anything. So Kami did not make it. He's out of the BB Tag tournament. That was the only game he was going to enter, was BB Tag there. But it's not just BB Tag. It's also Grand Blue was capped. So Grand Blue was capped. BB Tag were capped. So Grand Blue, a lot of players that are, master rank, top level players could not get in because they didn't win the lottery. But here, this one's kind of funny though. This is Daichan. So Daichan, he's posting a picture of him not getting in the tournament, and he's adding Pachi, saying, Genki, how you doing, man? Are you okay? Pachi, are you okay? So some background, if you don't know who Pachi is old school player. He's also one of the developers. He's leading Grand Blue, right? He's in charge of Grand Blue. He used to be part of Guilty Gear 2. What makes this funny? Daichan is his little brother. So Daichan is his little brother, his actual real-life little brother, who's also a really, really strong player. He's master rank. He plays Zeta. He's really, really good. So he did not get into ARCREVO. He did not win the lottery. So then he just asks his brother, like, dude, bro, what's going on? Like, come on. You can't let me in? So then this meme came out. It's pretty funny. So this is from Consomme here. So he wrote a little fan fiction right now. Pachi, the man who wanted to protect his little brother from being selected and entering the death game where everyone, the death game where everyone just kills each other. So in order to save his family, right, Pachi protected his little brother and put him in one of the disqualification slots, but couldn't tell him why he did that. his little brother, who doesn't know anything, just angrily attacks Pachi, and Pachi just has to quietly just not say anything and just take it right there. Pachi, the hero, he wanted to save Dai-chan from going into ARCREVO Online and getting murdered by everyone else, by all the Belial army right there. But yeah, I mean, that's just a funny little joke, but there's a lot of players like that really play this game. You know, they really grind the game. Like I said, Master Rank, whatever, they're playing every day. They're in exhibitions. They're you know, kind of putting the scene on their back. They couldn't make it in the tournament. Meanwhile, there's a lot of people that just enter it, because it's free entry, by the way. It's free entry. A lot of people just entered, you know, whatever. Oh, let me try and enter, and they got in. So is that fair? Is it not fair? I don't know. One thing that people got angry about was that a VTuber. So right now, the big wave in Japan is VTubers, right? So VTubers are the wave. They're being picked. VTubers are now being used to start promoting games because they're so popular. Companies are starting to grab them and be like, hey, why don't you play our game? So there's a new VTuber that got into the ARCREVO. So some of the community is like, you think this guy legit got in? You think this guy got in, or you think ArcSys was like, get him in. We need the coverage, right? We want the coverage there. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, so the last point I want to make is that, you know, all these jokes and all these memes, there's no reason for it. There's no reason whatsoever ARCREVO should be capped at 128 people for an online tournament. That is first to one. Or it's not first to, sorry, I think it's first to two, but single elim. So if you don't know how tournaments work, a single elimination tournament and then a double elimination. Single elimination takes even less than half the time, you know? Single elim tournaments just fly by. They go so fast. And if you do it online, you know, there's no extra cost. You don't need to have like a bigger venue or anything. I really do not understand that. If they didn't, you know, if they didn't have a team that knew how to handle hosting a big tournament, especially one online, I want to recommend them someone they could have got. He's a great group of people. They could have, you know, messaged someone on this team, this Anime Illuminati team. We could have ran the damn tournament for them. 250, 360, however many people they wanted could have entered that tournament. The fact that it's online, you know, the matches can happen simultaneously. You don't need, it's not like we only have one setup. They happen online. They can all happen simultaneously. It's not all being streamed. They could have done 1,000 people tournament, no problem. But for some reason, they cut it at 128. People that should have been able to play were not able to play. And this is the only event of the year, right? This is the big event. This is ARCREVO. This is supposed to be the biggest, the most special anime event of the year, and it just kind of, it's a wash. They kind of screwed it up on their own. But yeah, that's it. Just wanted to give you some update of what's going on in the tournament scene there. Very unfortunate, and I just want to say things aren't looking too good for next year, right? I don't know about next year. I don't know. I live in Japan. Things are pretty okay out here, but you guys in America, you guys are screwing things up over there. I don't know if we're going to have any more international tours for a while. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you heard about this, if you're disappointed, or something you'd hope to see change in the future. But like always, thank you for watching. If you still are, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.